What's up? So by now you've seen the video of Donald Trump, JD Vance and Zelensky in the White House, and it was a remarkable watch. To be honest with you, I sat down and watched it and I was like, this could be more of the same, there might be a bit of barbed comments or something like that. But I was delighted to see Zelensky behaved like every Ukrainian here in Ireland. Entitled, disrespectful, rude, smug, sneering, slimy. I was delighted to see that because that's actually proved the point of what I've said to people over the last few years, which is I've not had one interaction with a Ukrainian that has been positive. And I have to say, an awful lot of other people have actually said the same. They've reached out to me and said the same. Even though I posted up on Instagram and said, Zelensky epitomises, and I've said it here on YouTube as well in a post, Zelensky epitomises the Ukrainians here in Ireland. Very poor attitude. And that's exactly what was exemplified on the news on Friday, 28th of February 2025. It was brilliant to see because he actually just bared witness for the whole world to see what type of individual he is. And by and large, I think those people. Now, whatever you think about those people and what they're doing and their fight for this, that, and the other, it's as simple as this. If you were them, how are you not looking at that video and looking at the tics in his face, for example, the movements, and drawing a conclusion as to what's going on with that guy? And why are those people not removing him from his position? He has decided to go and what was perceived as and what was levelled as some sort of a threat when he said to Trump, and this is what set Trump off, you haven't felt it yet, but you will. Trump has gone through New York City working with people, very dangerous business people, I would say, and has probably encountered the likes of mafia and capos in the past. And that's the type of language that those guys use. So when you're deciding to say something like that to a guy like Donald Trump, it's a bad idea. And that to me is exactly what happened, and that to me is exactly what set him off. But it was nice to see Zelensky get the pants pulled down and be spanked on live TV in front of everybody across the world. So as a result, what did our guys do? Get a load of these guys. What our guys decided to do here to Micheál Martin and Simon Harris, and I do hope that people that are out there in Ireland share videos and images of the nasty, horrendous things that Micheál Martin and Simon Harris have done over the last few years. And if these two yokes get invited, or even one of them get invited to the White House, that JD Vance is able to pounce on them the same way he did with Zelensky, because that's what I would love to see. So, I spoke about earlier on about what Trump and Vance did to Zelensky in front of everybody, but what our guys did here to Micheál Martin and Simon Harris, as you'll see here, is the lads dropped the jocks, they grabbed their ankles and spread their cheeks. That's what you're seeing right here. So you've got Simon Harris that says,
just spoke with Ukraine's Foreign Minister, Andriy Sybiha, who is currently in Washington, D.C., with his President Zelensky. I assured him of the support and solidarity of the people of Ireland. Slava Ukraini.
Like, this is a guy that is absolutely an effeminate individual. And he thinks that the Irish people are on this side. This is nonsense. I'll get into it now in a moment because I'll get through the other goon as well. But this Slava Ukraini stuff, it's an absolute joke. I laugh at it every time I see it. Micheál Martin, having visited Ukraine twice. Oh, what a war zone. What a war zone that you've gone to it twice. A guy that runs away from people that are asking questions, you and Simon Harris. Average working people asking you questions. You can't talk to them, but somehow you can go to a war zone twice. Amazing that, isn't it? I've seen the resilience and courage of its people. Ireland stands with Ukraine. This is nonsense stuff that these people are putting out here. Ireland doesn't stand with Ukraine. Absolute joke stop. Honestly. When I met President Zelensky yesterday, I reiterated our full support for a just, durable and sustained peace. And then you see on what he's done on the 27th here. Warm and substantial meeting with President Zelensky in Shannon. I reiterated Ireland's steadfast support and readiness to offer humanitarian and financial support. Now this is a fella, right, and this is a government here in Ireland that told people, because the storm had hit Ireland, that they were totally not prepared for, that people had to be without power and water for a couple of weeks, our own people, whilst migrants were moved from one hotel to another here in our own country, whilst we had farmers here, for example, in Ireland get pneumonia and have to go to hospital. There was no financial aid sent towards those guys in the way that this guy is talking about. Billions is being put away in financial aid and foreign aid. That's your money being given to this gang of shysters, grifters. That's exactly what's going on. Billions been sent in a losing fight. It's like backing Stephen Hawking versus Tyson Fury. Stephen Hawking is never going to win that fight. And yet these fools keep going, well, we're going to just say that we're behind Ukraine and Slava Ukraini. Absolute gobshites. Because nobody in their right mind thinks that this gang was going to win from the beginning. When, by the way, and I'll just bring it back because a lot of people don't know this. When this all kicked off, very quickly and very shortly after it, they were told to sit down, which they did, and an agreement was going to be made, but other European individuals decided to get involved and say, keep it going. There's also a verifiable fact that has happened now, in that weapons that were sent by the Americans, half of them ended up on the black market and are now in the hands of cartels and various other bad guys around the world. So there you go, that's exactly the type of people that you're dealing with. And this is what our government want to do. So, and I'm just going to point out the date here. This is February 28th that they both posted this. And again, what I will say to you is the mocking-board media and mocking-board politicians, the way they post is all very similar. And it goes to show you the uniparty with which we're looking at. Now, there's nobody within the Dáil that's going to say any different than these two fellas here either. So, for anyone that wants to say, well, Sinn Féin would have done... No. Sinn Féin wouldn't have done anything different. In fact, they would have gone overboard in the support. And this is overboard as it is. Financial support for you, for the Irish people, forget about it. Instead, you're being called far-right racist, a bigot, a nistophobe, and people from Germany in the 1930s and 1940s. This is what you're being treated to. Meanwhile, these people are all about the sovereignty of Ukraine. Micheál Martin is caught on tape talking about sovereignty in Ireland being a backwards notion. In fact, there was actually a brilliant video that Patriots went down to Bellnablaw when there was a commemoration on, and Micheál Martin was speaking at it, and people played his own words over a speakerphone or a megaphone. And there was people looking around going, what's going on here? And there was a couple of people that were looking to say, turn that off. But actually then they started listening to what he was saying because it was on repeat. A backwards notion of sovereignty. That's what Micheál Martin was talking about. So when you have people like this in our government, and this is what this is lunacy, this is stupidity at a grand scale, and instead what we're being treated to is very highly paid strippers, because that's exactly what these two guys are here now. Cacks down, grabbing the ankles, cheeks spread, shake it for you a little bit there now, Zelenskyy, will I? That's exactly what's going on. And where is our police? Why are they not investigating these two guys? Why are they not investigating government officials that are throwing money? Basically, they would be better off fucking money into a furnace at this stage of the game, because that's exactly what they're doing with it. They're just burning it, and it's our money. That's what they're doing. So the sooner that the Gardaí get up off their holes and actually investigate Simon Harris and Micheál Martin for this sort of stuff, the better. And the better that this country would be. Because instead, what we have right now are two guys, and indeed a uniparty in the Dáil, that are looking to support a losing fight, a stupid fight to be quite honest with you, that's just going to end up resulting in higher electricity and gas prices for you and me. That's it. You can believe in your freedom fighting all you want. If you believe in that much, you can go on over to the front line yourself. And I can tell you this, and I guarantee you this, because Micheál Martin is like Gandhi is at the moment. He's like Gandhi's flip-flop at the moment. He's going back and forward. We're neutral. Well, actually, we're not neutral, because exactly what's happened is he's gotten the tap on the shoulder and is told, here, listen, here's the plan. We want Europeans to be sent over there. We want them to be conscripted. It's not... This is what's happening right now. They're going to flip the script and tell you that native people are such great, brave warriors and all this sort of stuff, and that you should totally go. Honest to God, if they decided to try and conscript people here in Ireland, for example, tomorrow, I would not be going under any circumstance. And what you would do is, and I'm telling you, you would do this, you would create many a John Wick, many a John Rambo, and new Michael Collinses. That's exactly what you would do. So what I would say to you is, I would tread carefully if I was you, because that would be a very bad idea. You can guarantee, and I bet you your bottom dollar, people like me, for example, I won't, and I mean this, I won't be going fighting on foreign soil. Not at all. Not when we've traitors in our midst here. No way. No way would I be going to foreign soil to pick up anything with fellas like Micheál Martin, a spindly little Mr. Burns looking individual that can't run 100 metres, a very effeminate individual, and his counterpart here, Simon Harris, another goofball.
Well, actually, yeah.
Shut your mouth. I'm going nowhere. I'm telling you that now. So, the sooner we get around to facing up to the facts as to what's going on here in this country, the better. We have people that are hell-bent on doing stupid things. And why are they doing stupid things, and why are they sending money to stupid people? Because that's exactly what's going on here now. At least the Americans have elected someone that has a degree of cop on and business to understand, yeah, they're never going to win this. And that's what he did. He said things plainly in that interview, in that sit down that they did. You're never going to win this. You haven't got the cards, and if you need cards, it's us that you need to have the cards with. And what did Zelensky do? Spat in his face. And he was promptly then out of the White House. Meanwhile, these goofballs came out very quickly after that and said, we're totally going to support you. They're ass kissing a loser and a guy that's losing. That warrants an investigation, does it not? Because I would think so. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Good luck.